This is the day that the Lord has made, and once again, we will rejoice and be glad. It is Freaky Talk, and I am so glad that you're here. You know what we need you to do: like, share, subscribe, text everybody, tag everybody, let them know that we are on there. I'm Pastor Elmore Jr., Spirit and Truth, Atlanta and Detroit. Next to me, I have my partner in crime. This is
Bishop Brandon and God Jacobs, New Zion Temple, Hammond, Indy, and Philadelphia.
Come on. Nations to the nations everywhere.
We're going to do it all week.
Across from me, I have my other partner in crime. You know him, you love him. This is
Pastor Nathaniel Green, Grace Cathedral, Church of God in Christ, Dallas, Texas.
And everybody has a place in grace. I want you to do that.
And you're the chairman.
Come on.
I am.
Which you just had a successful aim.
It was an amazing time in Phoenix, Arizona.
Yeah.
We exceeded all of our goals.
Thank you, Jesus.
The move of God was incredible. The sessions were amazing. The presiding bishop is happy, and I'm happy. But I just really believe that a lot of lives were changed.
And there was a myth. It wasn't that hot.
It was.
So I ain't gonna give me the line.
But here's the thing. It's hot every year. Man. It was hot. And
It's a summer convention.
It's a summer convention.
Right.
But here's the beautiful thing. We didn't have church outside.
There you go.
See if you were getting service. Hallelujah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it was great. And thank you, brothers, for supporting and giving $1,000.
Oh, sure. That's good. That was.
Look at Jacob's smile. You
sneaky
thing. You sneaky
But
thing.
thank you all so much for supporting.
We love you, man.
Appreciate my brothers.
Yeah, for sure.
We love you. We love you. We love you. Mark Moore's here. Brandon Jacobs is here. Nathaniel Green is here. But you do understand that this
It's the warning.
quartet is not complete
It's the warning.
without the anointed renderings and the inspiration of none other than Apostle Brandon Clack. And I want to introduce him now with another installment. He's really helped shape and shift a generation.
gosh.
I mean, power pellets and hair growth. And
Oh, God.
these yard gnomes, just so many gifts to us. Preventative pastries, just so many things that have
prevented
taken
nothing.
us.
Everything
where
Oh,
we
yes,
are.
it did.
Everything flowed.
You didn't realize the kind of flow you.
You know what it could have been. See, you know what I'm saying? So
I can't wait to see this new.
I can't. You're excited.
I
You feel it?
This new fact.
There's an excitement on this side. I don't.
Yeah.
Nate just seems. I don't know. He's
He just
just
got
a
that-
heaviness.
Because he
Oh,
always wants to test
It's
it
a
on
heaviness.
me.
Well, you just got back from AIM. You need whatever he's going to give you.
That's probably right. So let's go ahead and put your hands together at home. You're sharing, you're tagging, you're subscribing.
Should rub it off.
Apostle Brandon Clack. Let's celebrate him. Let's celebrate him. Let's celebrate him.
What's going on, everybody? Brandon Clack here, and this is another installment of Clack Facts. There's actually some Clack Fact merch now.
Yes.
You need t-shirts, got pastries, all kind of things on there. Make sure you get that.
I have one.
But this Clack Fact is a special one. So since season one's break, we actually have a laboratory now.
Wow.
There's a place where you can actually visit. Can't check out
Expansion.
that location, but there is a place, and our scientists have been at great work and great diligence to bring us. Oh yeah, certified.
How many?
3. What I'd like to show you
my
is moisture berries.
Oh,
Moisture berries. What these berries are specifically for are for Arizonians. People that are in Arizona or fresh from Arizona. They typically have a little dry, little parched, little crack, ash, painful dry in their crevices of their wet hands. And what we do is we take that hand and just put one moisture berry. One moisture berry on there. Guess what? You are moisturized.
let's see.
till the next
I
aim.
would love a demonstration.
Are you ready?
I would love a
to be
demonstration.
moisturized till the next aim?
Sun's out, hands out.
come on,
Here we go.
I wasn't there as long as you were.
So what I'd like to do,
Put your hands out.
Yeah, come on, hands out.
I'd like to
Wait, hold on, wait a minute. Hold on 1 second. No. You have quite a few of them.
Yeah, but we don't even try.
So let's do 3. I'll only do it if y'all do it.
They will.
No.
You go
No,
first.
we're gonna do it together.
Okay, let's do it.
You're the chairman.
No, the
I don't
chairman
like
said
to
do
do
it
it
together.
Here is
We're not
moisture.
coaching. We're not coaching.
Only if y'all do it.
This-
Yeah,
all it takes is 20 seconds.
I'm giving you the term.
20
of
seconds. I've got a
moisture berry.
stopwatch.
Yep. 20 seconds of moisture berry.
Come on, Chairman, you gotta participate.
Here we go.
No!
Stopwatch.
Here we go. 20 seconds of moisture berry. Right on that hand.
Stick your ashy hand out. Flip it over.
Come on, Green.
Well, you know, you can't force anybody to be moisturized. He does.
Look at that.
Are you ready? Here we
Just
go.
one little berry. One little berry.
Put it on his head.
One little berry.
Unless y'all do it.
Kai, put it on his head.
Put it in his mouth.
Well, you can go to clackfact.com. What's the website again?
www.BrandonClack at www.forward/.
Yes.
So what is the name? What is that called again?
Moisture berry. I kept a little residue.
Put it on his
I
arm.
don't want any of that.
Put it on his arm.
Foolishness.
You just gotta put it on.
I
Yeah.
don't want any of that.
Can we celebrate the claim? We're going to ask productions to bring a paper
Well,
towel.
give it
something.
I don't mind. See that?
Wow. Well, that's dedication.
And it's got coloration.
They're glistening.
It's turning you.
Wow.
Needs
His
that.
fingers are sticky.
No. Moisture berries. I
Wow.
don't know what you thought they were, but moisture berries.
Wow.
Moisture berries. Here's how you solidify. You just dab.
Dad.
Year of moisture. When I go to Arizona, here's the beauty. It activates when you get to Arizona.
It's just like the humidity pulls it out.
It is geographically sensitive. It knows when I get there. Yep.
Powerful. Did not our hearts
You
burn?
have invited the Holy Spirit in this moment.
That's it. That's what they have.
Moisture berries. Look at that.
No. Thank you for that.
You need them bears on your knuckles. You need them on your elbow.
You've been all out
All
there.
y'all need them. He need them on the tip of his ass. All y'all need them. He had the cuticles poking out.
Yeah. Moisture berries work on that.
All of that. All of that. So we're moving forward. We're moving forward. We have been inspired already and challenged, ignited even by the moisture
And
berries.
show the shirt. He has an Ignite merch.
Ignite merch.
Won't he do it always?
Have y'all registered for Ignite?
How did you do it? Aim is over.
Next conference up. But we started something at the top of this season. We did it last Monday. We want to kind of continue it in the spirit of collaboration over competition. We did this segment called Pass the Praise. And so I want you to tag these people. If you know them, shout them out, let them know Preacher Talk is talking about them on a podcast. Isn't it refreshing to talk about other preachers on the podcast, and it's not something jealousy or something claiming credit or blasting or whatever? We just want to shout out some people that are doing some amazing things in the kingdom that you may or may not have heard about. I'm going to start. I want to go all the way to the Carolinas.
Come on.
And shout out amazing man of God, preacher, pastor, husband, father, businessman, entrepreneur, conference host, Bishop Aaron McNair II.
Love it.
Let's clap it up.
Yeah. I want to meet him, man. You all have met him?
Yeah.
I have not met him, but I really enjoy him.
And he's sharp every time I see him.
He has his own suit line.
He does a
his
haberdasher.
own. He's a haberdasher. He does his own suits. Shout out to Bishop Aaron McNair and his wife too. You can't really shout out one without the other.
She's a preacher.
Really?
Yeah.
Lady Ashley.
Oh yeah. They're a powerful tag. They're a powerful duo.
They are.
They have two great churches.
Two great churches.
And he plays the organ.
Oh, he's a PK. He play. Oh no, he play organ.
He leads a strong church, but will go. He's submitted to his father. That's what I love.
Yeah.
And he will hop on the organ, back his father. He pushes their ministry, their organization.
How long has he been pastor?
I don't know.
He's been in the game for a minute.
Okay.
He's been on the backside of the wilderness, working and being consistent and just growing. And they've really seen him hit a vein. And
They're doing very well.
he's doing his thing, consulting, all that. So shout out, Bishop Raymond there. Jacob's Pass the Praise.
I gotta shout out my brother Bishop Tyree Beard.
There you go. Love it.
Ladies and prophet. I mean, the man can see through bricks. God's using him. His church is growing like wildfire. He just had an amazing conference. I think it was called the Exodus.
Yep.
He was there. I was there. Jamal Bryant was amazing conference. He's doing well. Him and his wife.
What city is he?
He's in Chicago. He's in Chicago, man. And
He's in a nice part of town. He just got a new, flipped that building.
yes, the movement. I mean, and they are doing well. He's working very well in Pilgrim Assemblies. He's a son of Archbishop William Hudson III. I'm super proud of what God has allowed him to do. And the man can see through bricks. I lost my wallet at Convocation one year. And I called Tyree. I said,
He told you where it was?
Yeah, I said, you're supposed to be a prophet. Where's my wallet? He said, it's in He said, I see it in a travel case.
That is wild.
Are you serious?
You lying.
That is wild.
And I looked through our suitcase, we didn't find it. Well, my wife, he said, I see it in a small travel case. My wife went to go do her makeup for work,
Yeah.
and my wallet was sitting there. Our son,
That is wild.
Benjamin was a baby at the time. He had taken the wallet and put it in there because when I took it out, he reached up and said, "Mine." And I realized he had put the wallet in her. Wow. She told me
That's some high quality.
I say that.
Wow. You needed that wallet back.
Ah,
Right.
let me tell you, God, who did it? God did it.
And who saw it? Beard saw it. So
He saw it.
shout out.
The prophet.
Love time for Beard. Clack, pass the praise.
Yeah, I'm going to stay in the same vein and shout out Pastor Courtney Beard. I don't think they're
Oh,
brothers.
yeah.
Okay. But,
Cousin.
they're cousins. Pastor Courtney Beard.
Not by blood, but because of the blood.
Good people in San Antonio. Great guy. I don't know if y'all know this. He plays the keys, leads worship.
He used to be in Virginia.
In Virginia.
We all came up together.
Oh, wow.
He's anointed.
Great leader.
He used to be our local Dietrich head.
Really?
Wow.
Okay.
Okay.
They were singing that little group and everything. Oh man.
Wait, he was in the group.
Yeah, he was leading the group.
It was his group.
No, he was our local version of Dietrich Haddon back in the day, you know, the chain breaker days.
Chain breaker.
Nice.
Mind breaker.
I mean, but it was the count, but he was it. He was going on. Thank you.
That would have worked even better if he had the berries. That's all there.
No, I'm good. Keep your little bear season.
Pass praise. Pass praise.
Yeah. I want to call out Bishop Ulysses Henderson.
Okay.
He's out of Los Angeles, California. He recently took over Emmanuel 33rd Church of God in Christ. He also happens to be the chaplain for the LA Lakers.
Oh, he's the man.
Okay.
Don't clap for him.
Clap it up. Tickets.
you.
We love you. We love you.
He practices law still.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
And he serves as one of the general counsels for the presiding bishop, Church of God in Christ.
That's huge.
Highly intelligent, mighty man of God, builder, and the new edifice that West Angeles Church of God in Christ built, their Family Life Center. He was the contractor for that build. So yeah, he has. That's what I'm calling him out. He is.
Bishop, can I get $5?
I know you got it.
You
Give me $50.
He's an amazing guy, man. Amazing guy.
Go back.
Inspiration.
What's the name of the church?
Emmanuel 33rd Church.
What's the story behind Emmanuel 33rd?
Well,
Is that the
I couldn't
street
tell
name
you.
or-
We'll have to have him on to ask him.
Okay, gotcha.
It may be 33rd Street.
Okay,
I
gotcha.
don't know.
I know, like in some of our
I thought maybe
cities.
it was a secret or something.
No, it's not a secret.
Okay, you know.
Bishop, we're gonna bring you on. We're gonna call him.
But he did. I recently preached there, and he just recently renovated the whole church, and it's beautiful, man. He's a true visionary. A true visionary.
Love that.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it.
Man,
If you heard, go ahead.
I'm glad we're doing this.
Yeah.
To discover these new leaders and all that they're doing.
I think gatekeeping is just ungodly. It's not community focused or minded. It's selfish. It's short sighted. We're helpers one to another. And I also love that we didn't just say the names, but we said the cities. Some of you all are watching from different places. You need to connect with some of these voices. LA, San Antonio, Chicago, Carolina. Find these people, connect with them. And if you heard a name that we mentioned, tag them in the comments. Let them know that we're here talking about them for all the right reasons. And so with that being said, I love what God is doing through this podcast. We love and sincerely thank you all for the emails, the inboxes, the texts, running up on us in airports and at conferences and in services, letting us know that you're watching. That means a lot.
Yeah.
But we want to talk about something that I really think is going to be eye-opening, enlightening, and I want to just throw it out there. All of you at this table, all of us at this table, have had to preach through dry seasons. Whether that's seasons where you felt that the drought was spiritual, financial, emotional, relational, in your family, in your physical body, whatever it is. We've all had to preach through dry seasons. And so I want to just kind of throw the question out there because there are pastors, preachers watching, and they want to know, how do I minister when I don't feel momentum? It's easy. I'm going to throw it out there. Y'all going to run with it. It's easy to run when the wind is at your back.
Come on.
It's easy to run when they're in the sidelines, cheering and screaming, "Go Clack, go Green, go Jacobs, go." It's easy when you can see the finish line. The sun is shining, there's a cool breeze at your back. Oh, it's a wonderful day in the neighborhood. But what do you do when you're running and your shoes are broken and your feet are bleeding and there's glass on the path?
I think, Mark, let's talk about what those seasons look like.
Take us there.
So that pastors know this has nothing to do with the size of your church.
Yeah.
It could be a season where your church is in major transition. It could be a season where you've had to sit down with people, or a season where your preaching was not popular. It's a season of preaching, bringing the church into consecration. You understand what I mean? So sometimes it's not even I'm tired or I'm discouraged. I may be called to preach, but I don't want to preach. I may be called to, challenged to preach something that's not popular, or a lot of people may not join after this particular sermon. And so I have to get up and stand and declare and know that this probably won't be a shouting message. I think Nate, you said something the last time we were together that said every message should end in a dance. So there's some messages that we know when it's all said and done, there's going to be more ouches than there are amens, and I'm not looking forward to preaching this. And it's a message that may not necessarily be in season.
So we love to say in the preaching moment, "I feel like preaching," but what happens when you don't?
I feel like teaching.
Or sometimes if I feel like leaving, if we were telling the truth, I feel like going home, getting in bed, rubbing my feet together.
I don't want to preach none of this.
But sometimes you find yourself having to preach those. Well, in my experience, I found myself having to preach those types of sermons when I needed to bring some structure and order and correction to my church. And those aren't easy moments, but you're the only one who can address certain things.
Because pastoring is not a revival every Sunday.
It is not.
So true.
It is not a revival.
Can't be.
It's a revealing every Sunday, but not a revival.
Oh, that's good.
I like Nate, you and all of these.
It's the new grace on it.
Yeah,
It's the
chairman.
Here's where I really want to encourage pastors. We are in convocation conference season, right?
very much.
They're going to be at AIM. They're going to come to Ignite. They're going to come to 7 days.
Well, they were at AIM last week.
Okay, well, they're going to go again.
Right.
Next year.
With the berries.
July the 6th.
The moisture berries. And there's a local pastor that's going to feel like, I don't have that momentum that Pastor Mark has, that Bishop Jacobs has. And I want to encourage you, every service is not a revival.
Jesus.
Pastor Mark Moore is going to have 7 days. It's going to feel like it is revival every day, but that is not the totality of his church.
Not at all.
So don't be discouraged. Congregants, you can really help your pastor by not comparing the highlight reel of a conference to the maintenance of the field where you graze
Jesus, that's
with your sheep.
I'm going even deeper. Pastor, don't be discouraged. Don't be discouraged when you're in a season of correction or building, and you even bring in a guest preacher.
Yeah.
That may wreck your church, and you can't get them. And you can't get them to try to compete with that moment, because guess what? This not God brought you here to give us some little hope. But when I stand against Sunday,
Say, give us a
Give
little
me a little hope.
Give us a little hope.
and you
Take
can't,
that.
Yeah, but
and you can't be mad because the people are like, woo!
No, not our church.
Mark Moore came up here and tore that church down.
Yeah, I remember a service where I tried to spell relief, and the guest preacher got behind me. Spell relief the same way. Lord Jesus, I ain't be able to spell sense.
You still hooked on phonics.
I don't spell.
Still hooked on phonics.
My God.
How did he spell relief?
He spelled the
Jay.
and they went up. They joined in ZT.
Everywhere. New Side Temple, Memphis.
Yeah, they go to both churches now. Yeah.
But you can't let those moments define what God has called you to do as a pastor.
That's right.
And I think that if we get up there every Sunday thinking that my call is to be a revivalist, then we're going to listen.
So let's dig into this a little bit. Let's kind of try to flesh this out. We're talking about dry seasons. What are, and if we're uncomfortable, we'll pull the plug. What are some, if we can, because we all get the same feedback. I think that they love not just our macro conversation, they love when we get on a micro level and get personal. Are we comfortable sharing some dry seasons
Yes.
that we've
They look so
that
different.
we've had to
None of them look the same.
dig into that, Nate? What are some dry seasons?
You
Because you
have-
shared on this very show, you know, times of transition, when grandfather left, when your uncle you shared some of these things. And then the things that you have never shared, will never share. But what are some dry seasons you've preached through? And how? Maybe is the other question on that.
I think in the beginning of my ministry, one of the most difficult seasons to preach through was people leaving our church. I inherited my church. I didn't start, I'm not the founder of Grace Cathedral. I'm the second pastor they ever had.
Wow.
And when I first started, we perhaps had maybe 50 members.
Wow.
Of the 50, only 10 are still with us. But it was not easy watching people walk out the door while you're preaching your heart out. And that was hard because
They were literally leaving while you were preaching.
there was some. I mean, you're just not there. And it's nothing personal against you.
Right.
You're just not their choice. Some people, there were 13 other candidates for the church that I inherited. So some people, I wasn't their choice from that regard.
Okay.
There are some others who were grieving the loss of their dead pastor. So I wasn't their choice in that regard. And then there are some others who my preaching wasn't their cup of tea. I get that. But
That's
I
maturity.
had to preach through that. And you have to love on everybody just the same.
Yeah.
You understand what I mean? It wasn't easy. You're trying to continue to make my wife feel like we made the right choice.
Wow.
You know,
Wow.
I took a huge pay cut to take my church. I left for a great career. I was a project program manager for a Fortune 500 company. I came to Dallas with my BMW.
Did y'all know that?
Yeah.
I ain't know the project manager.
Yes, sir. We built a house in Chesapeake, Virginia.
Nate is a son.
We were-
You more than a chairman of the A convention of the
Real talk, I was somebody before I was.
Yes, I really was. I'm trying to be funny, but you're telling the
You
truth.
know,
I miss my days.
I worked hard.
Excuse me, let me
climbing the
boast.
corporate ladder. And so the other thing is, I'm watching people walk out the door. That's tithes walking out the door. Real talk. I'm watching people who are some of the pillars of the ministry walk out the door. And honestly, I got to a point, I was like, now, God, are you sure? Is this really what I'm supposed to be doing? Because the money kept going low, the crowd kept going low. But I remembered why I did it. And I did it for him.
Yeah.
And I just kept preaching through it. And eventually, over time, things began turning, but it wasn't easy.
I mean, it has turned into an amazing.
Well, that's what I was about to say.
By God's grace.
For you to have gotten there with 50 people, I've been to Grace on a Sunday. You can't get in it. Y'all are parking in the grass and across the street, bringing chairs all in and across the
That's
front.
grace.
Multiple services. Like that's when did you feel that the drought, so to speak, was lifting, passing, breaking? Because you a long way from 50, Reverend.
I get. Shut up. I did not.
You're right.
I did not.
We heard you in the spirit. Pick me up in the spirit.
That is not my spirit.
It's true.
But no, I think maybe in about year 3 or so, year 3 or 4,
Wow.
we started seeing real growth.
So you were in that 50 window for 3 years.
No. We were gradually growing.
Okay.
You understand what I mean? And actually, that was frustrating for me because I saw so many of my contemporaries explode. And that was hard, man. I'm like, now I know your oil is on me. I know the call is on me. So why am I not exploding like this other guy? And I'm glad that I didn't explode because had I gotten what I wanted when I wanted it, I wouldn't have been able to manage it. I wasn't ready for it yet. You know what I mean? And perhaps maybe what I thought was a dry season was really a development season. Maybe it was God preparing me for what we would carry at Grace Cathedral. And so I'm grateful. But I tell you what, the real shift came after that pandemic.
They're gonna laugh.
God, I thank you. Here, tell about shit.
They're gonna
For the pandemic. It was hard too, man. I went into that pandemic scared to death. I'm just being real. I know
Be real.
I am the complete opposite of you when it came down to the pandemic. You saw it. You were running to the ocean with a surfboard.
Yeah.
I was walking very slowly to the ocean saying, oh my God, these waves are going to kill me.
Wow.
I didn't think that my church, I didn't know, let me say it like that. I didn't know if my church would survive because we are such a communal church. We did not only build our church
That's good.
off of me preaching. We have 5 pillars of Grace Cathedral. We're a worshiping church, and that works best when we're together. We're a word church. We saw through that together. We're a fellowshipping church. That definitely requires me to be together. We do outreach together, and lastly, development. All those things require that we come together. And we had presence online, but being present together, that was the strength of our church. So now you're telling me we got to stay home? Bruh, that I was scared to death.
That's good.
And the Lord spoke to me and said, preach.
Yeah.
Preach like they're here, because they are. And I did what he told me to do. We found 3. I'll say this, opposition is the mother to creativity.
So good.
Yeah.
The opposition of
That's
the pandemic, it forced us to become creative in ways that we would not have had not there been a pandemic.
That's so good.
And we had to keep doing that through the dry season. But man, when I tell you, I did not know that hundreds of people would be waiting after the pandemic. I thought we were doing something with 350 people right before the pandemic. We were getting ready to go to 2 services then. And then after the pandemic, we were taking in 300 new members a year
Yeah.
after the pandemic.
God put your name in the wind.
He did.
By God's grace. And so I say stick to it. Keep doing what he told you to do. Real commitment is when I continue doing what God told me to do, even when the feeling I had when I first said yes is no longer there.
That's good because a lot of us move based on the feeling.
Yeah.
I'm in ministry because of the feeling.
Right.
I want to preach because of the
Feelings,
feeling. I want to pastor because of the feeling.
Yeah.
Forgetting
Feeling ain't
that
always be there.
the feelings are fickle.
It's just like worship. If you're waiting for real feelings to create genuine worship, you'll be waiting forever because you're not always going to feel like it.
That's so
But
good.
sometimes you have to start giving genuine worship until the real feelings come.
Yeah.
That's what I mean.
That's great. That's great. That's great. That's great.
Yeah.
Clack, jump in here. You've preached through some very, very dry seasons. How? That's the question. If you will share an example of one, but then how? There's no momentum. In fact, forget a lack of momentum. It's almost as if I'm preaching through opposition. It's one thing to have the wind at my back. It's another thing to have a forward wind blowing me back. I'm fighting through hurricane force winds trying to get where I'm going. How did you do it?
Yeah.
Help us. A lot of us, if I'm being honest, and I know you share even in this podcast, some of us came to know each other through dry seasons.
Yeah. For sure.
How did that? Well, unpack that for me.
Yeah, I think for me, the therapeutic rhythm was not placing blame on God. I think the low-hanging fruit of deception is that every desert is a byproduct of sin.
Yeah.
And so I think we go inward, Jacobs, with condemnation because in our heads we have charted out this idea that when God is happy, I am my richest on vacation on a boat.
Yeah.
But it is possible that maybe I am Christ-like and the Spirit led me to this wilderness.
Brother.
So for me, I've got to settle first
Ooh, like you said so much.
that I'm not in trouble because I'm in trouble. And then once I decided that his goodness is based on my follow and obedience, as strange as this sounds, I found joy in the unfavorable circumstance. That doesn't make me better, but I had to train my eyes not to look for a way out of something when he is the door. And if he has not opened the way out yet,
Jesus.
then I start finding garage, padded mat, never forget it, hour 4 of the workout. I know that's hard to believe, the true story. I'm on YouTube and a man is screaming, tears in my eyes, it's gonna be all right. And there's a kid on the organ playing with him. And then he follows him with his hand, and I find Brandon Jacobs.
Yeah.
And I say, I don't know that guy, but if I listen long enough, maybe he'll share his joy with me in the pandemic online.
Hallelujah.
And then I went and found him and said, you're gonna be my friend whether you like it or not. And then I met his friends, and then here we are.
It's crazy.
Here we are.
So your remedy then in one part is just a commitment to persist.
True.
Don't if you're going through a storm, keep going.
With a slight pivot, because we oftentimes need blame for relief.
Ooh, unpack that. Stay there. Unpack that.
I think just the human experience when you
that
feel
just
wrong and you hit my car, I don't feel as bad because I can blame you.
Yeah.
And your insurance will pay, and it's all right. I got this dent, but the blame gave the relief.
Yeah.
And what do you do when you have nothing to blame?
I think when you have nothing to blame, most believers blame God.
Yeah.
Because if you allow everything and you put me in this painful situation, you're at fault.
Yeah.
And I think subconsciously we're waiting on an apology. So I settled, he can't be wrong.
Yeah.
And if he's not wrong, then this terrible situation is crafted for him to show me deeper intimacy and fellowship with him. So for me, I've got to see it right, or else I'll develop wrong.
That's so good.
So then if it was God, then instead of blaming him, I should align with him.
Bingo.
Knowing that this affliction is going to produce greater glory. The glory of him.
Light affliction.
Light affliction.
So if I can't see him right, and I can't get out, I gotta find brothers
Yeah.
or somebody who is preaching from the other side of pain.
Yeah.
So whether we were friends or not, it didn't matter. I heard joy in your clothes wasn't churchy to a broken man.
Yeah.
It sounded like joy to me.
That's
And I said, if he can preach with that joy, maybe if I watch him long enough,
I can get that joy.
maybe I can get a little bit of it. And it worked. It worked.
To God be
I used the light in him to find my way through a dark wilderness. So maybe the pain was to create lifelong brotherhood.
Yeah.
Oh,
Maybe my wilderness was so that we could be friends.
so that's your all things working together.
I think so. I think that's where I ultimately landed. It was the persistence that at some point all things will work together. And if I walk into another wilderness, his gift to me is Brandon Jacobs, Mark Moore, Nate Green, S.Y. Courtney Beard. He gave me a gift. He did not promise me exemption from the wilderness.
Come on.
But this time, I don't have to go in with tears in my eyes alone.
You're not alone. Wow.
That's good.
Jacob's dry seasons. You've been, you didn't found Grace. You've been at Reformation in Memphis. You have not been there for 30 years. You've been the founding pastor of Zion Temple. You've been at one church, I think, longer as in the pastoral role, longer than all of us. I believe, I know. You shared before, something with us, and even I believe on the podcast before, about just some of the backstory to how you got to be the founding pastor of Zion Temple. You were in mine, somewhere else you were worship. Everybody might know you were a worship leader at a certain point, and it looked like things were going to go one way from a pastoral capacity. And then it didn't. And so you were, in one sense, almost kind of pushed to do what you're doing. And no doubt, we look at the New Zion Temple now, and in all of its manifestations and expressions in the, let me get it right, Hammond, in the Philly, from a chronological standpoint, we see the success, we see the whatever, the greatness, but we don't see those dry seasons. Talk about that. I'll even throw this one out because I remember you saying, I'll be honest, I discovered Brandon Jacobs in the pandemic at a blue wall to remember and to know. We were on that thing at Word Network together.
Yes.
You remember that? The preacher.
The three of you were together?
It was like,
It was a lot of us.
everybody that they could find.
Marissa was there. Tubman was there.
Tubman.
Wow.
Everybody. AD. Kalita.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Yeah.
And so, that's But I really discovered like, oh, that's
Mark showed up with a turtleneck on, and he
At the
had on like he just left his yacht. On a
Gotcha.
turtleneck with a blue jacket.
YLC was the thing.
Right.
Came to see my sons in the gospel. What's your name again? Nice to meet you. No, I'm playing.
Boy,
Oh man, we sat next to each other in the risers on one of those panels that we weren't on. I remember that. And from that, after that, he ends up coming to YLC doing summer program. He ends up coming to YLC doing summer program. They didn't come to do something. They came just to support and ended up da-da. But when I discovered him, it was the Indy location prior to the cathedral. This is the blue wall, the infamous
Yes, sir.
blue wall with them. Y'all get to shout so that them letters get to shaking and tempting. You got to straighten the letters up next week. We don't know out there, but you shared internally with us, and I don't think you'll mind sharing this publicly. You had some doubts about Indy prior to that, because you're like, hey, I'm sacrificed. Give me some of these dry seasons, man.
To me, I think that the hard part of a dry season is not even the preaching as much as it is the studying. Because you don't feel like preparing something to say to something you feel is not as successful.
My goodness.
You don't feel like it's like, who's going to, it's for God's glory, but who am I going to say this to?
Yeah.
And I tell people all the time, we thank God for the Mark Moores and so forth, who have great success stories that are encouraging. I didn't start New Zion Temple, whether it be Hammond, Indy, or Philly, and 1,000 people show up. You understand? You have spurts of great moments, but I'm talking about a consistent, faithful congregation that shows up. So when I started Hammond broken.
started broken.
You understand? And so you're feeling, everybody like, oh, but these people come, but these people came because I was rejected. So I was starting this church, and then the pastor pushed me out. Like, you can't come back here. So the rejection of not winning a vote, then the rejection.
I don't want to cut you off.
No,
I don't want to Brandon Jacobs you, but that was good. That was good. Honor me, celebrate me.
That was so.
I don't want to Brandon Jacobs you.
Oh my God!
But
Because I'm gonna go deeper. Not even that.
yeah, forget what you're saying. But I'm saying,
Keep doing what you do.
no. But I do want to say this. If to your comfort zone. Yeah. But they don't know this story. We know you're talking about votes and whatnot.
It's blessing me hearing it again.
It does bless me here again. To your comfort level, and if all things work together, go back. Go back to Minister Jacobs, the worship leader.
Yeah.
As you're able, if we need to cut it, we'll cut it.
No, man.
Give us the story, because they don't know.
So I go to this church, Mama side Baptist, Father side Apostolic. So I go to this church that I grew up in that was Baptist. They asked me to stay because the pastor was leaving, who was very impactful in my life. He gets another church. In the process of him getting another church, he asked me to stay. I stay. I'm 19. I become the interim pastor.
Now you're the worship leader first, right?
No, not at this moment.
Okay.
So, but when I'm there, I introduce praise and worship as the interim pastor. So I'm like leading worship, and it's a very successful Baptist church. But now you got this anxious, very on fire Pentecostal boy returning home, preaching to his family, but sending them all to hell because y'all ain't been down in Jesus' name, and y'all, all this stuff.
Yes, sir.
So, and a lot of that I had to grow. I was immature. And so I preach. I'm there 9 months. God is blessing the moment. I got the middle chair. I'm the main speaker. The Baptist church, you don't get an adjutant, you get a nurse.
With the peppermints and that orthopedic shoes.
And so I'm preaching, and I'm not the choice. So I go from being the main preacher, the interim pastor, to they bring in another pastor who's very gifted, very great man of God, to now being the praise and worship leader.
You're not in that middle chair.
No, so now I don't have a parking spot. I don't have a nurse no
No more nurse.
Humbling.
I'm not necessarily sitting in the main seat. I may sit in the pulpit or depending on what role I was serving at the time, either on the side, working, preparing for praise and worship, or assisting in any way I can. But now I'm parking around the corner. I have nowhere to hang my coat. I got to roll my coat up so I went from there to all the way low, and other things that happened in other churches. But one Sunday he gets up and says, "You're preaching today. Get up and preach." And I'm making a long story. I know people listen who know the story, like, "Oh, you're missing so many intricate pieces." But I preach, and I
Take your time. It's a long podcast.
we
got to fill the space.
After I preach, he says, "We can't have two pastors." So this Wednesday, everybody want to go. I'm Reverend Jacobs now. Everybody want to go with Reverend Jacobs. You go over there.
Hold on. Why would he think that there were two pastors?
Because I was interim before he was the senior pastor.
But you were so devoted, you were just leading worship at the time.
Yeah, but that
People are still connected to you. Is that
there was still a connection. That little. Let me tell you. Oh,
You were taking them into the glory.
That's so interesting.
the glory zone?
I'm about to say that's what it was.
let me tell you what was the most.
He was taking them into the
Let me tell you
glory.
what I hated. Because you got to remember, a lot of my family go here. I grew up in this church, so people get up now that he's the pastor, and they can see my influence. And I'm still preaching. I'm still itinerant. They would get up and say, "Just hold on, Reverend Jacob.
Yeah.
Your time is coming." Why don't we got to bring that up?
Right.
Why we got to talk about that?
Yeah.
Like there'll be a powerful move. I'll lead worship and God had moved in an amazing way, and they'll get up. Woo, we just love Reverend Jacob.
Why y'all ain't vote?
Right. Just hold on.
Don't cry. Vote.
Your time is coming.
Ooh, I hate that for you. And I wasn't there.
And I'm just thinking, y'all just move on. You ain't gotta tell me that. Like,
You're making it worse for me.
So I guess with him, he's thinking, hearing all of these sound bites, and he was extremely helpful, extremely encouraging.
So this wasn't Saul, let's kill this
You
found.
took the
Okay.
No, he
Okay.
really was pushing.
That's huge.
He really helped. He was very instrumental. So he got up and said, "Everybody want to go with him?" This Wednesday, he was like, "I'm gonna push you out. You got to go." Apostle Robinson wouldn't let me come back to Jersey. He's now kicking me out. So I tell preachers, I didn't start New Zion Temple to prove something.
That's good.
I started New Zion. I was pushed out. Knew I had to call, and I felt like I was ready, but God pushed me out. And we started New Zion Temple that Wednesday. 47 people showed up, and we started, and then that church was a blessing. But I'm thrown out to. I don't think I'm gonna win. I just been rejected. These people didn't want me. So now you got to think.
You're preaching through that.
Yeah. So now you're dealing with. Does anybody want me?
Yeah.
And then there's rumors. Oh, it won't last 6 months.
Yeah.
You got all this type of stuff going on, and you got to preach through that. And I have to prepare a sermon and all of this. I'm gonna be honest. I never wanted to start a church. I never wanted to start a church. I didn't want to start no church.
We just started 3 of them.
Yeah, you're
And are we talking about the 4th campus yet?
No.
It's like, okay, we'll keep it.
No.
Inbox me. That's cash at me.
No.
I'll tell you. Since we breaking news announcement. Y'all thought I was announcement. Since we making announcements. Toronto, look out. New Zion Temple up north. Huh?
So, man, I think that was the hardest part for me. It wasn't the preaching of the message; it was the preparation for it. Because as we're preaching, we're thinking about those we're getting ready to preach to, and how is this going to meet them where they are, and to prepare for it. So for me, that was like when my father died. My grandmother died on a Saturday night, Sunday morning, and I had to get up with that. So me, as we do, I'm sure you're in the office trying to look over the message before you go out and preach it. And I can remember sitting in my office thinking, I don't want to do this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't feel like it. But now I have to show people how to obey God even while you're mourning.
Yes, sir.
How to complete an assignment even when you're broken. how to stand in it and fight back the tears and tell God yes and do what God called you to do. So for me, the hardest part wasn't necessarily the delivery as much as it was the preparation to have something to say, to the people, right? And people waiting.
Uh-huh.
You gonna cry.
He gonna cry.
He gonna cry.
Oh, like, what are you gonna do? And all of a sudden they say, oh, you're so strong. God, he's gonna cry. Ooh. Hold him up, Lord. Hold him up, Lord. Hold him up.
They don't mean no harm.
They don't mean any harm.
They don't mean no
Their
harm.
hearts are good, but you feel like,
But it's hard.
You know,
You're already annoyed.
yeah, and sometimes you have like, listen, I'm all right. Turn your Bibles. Let me get it over with.
Right, let's get through this.
So yeah, so that for me, the dry season is trying to prepare, and you want to prepare a sermon that's still going to be life changing for the people that doesn't bleed your brokenness. You don't want to be preaching, how to go through the fire when it's, and now you're preaching out of your experience and maybe not necessarily something that God has ordained for them. So now I have to seek God through my brokenness to say something that they need for where they are, not from where I'm bleeding from.
And some people ignorantly in moments like that say you just need to sit down until you get healed, but everybody doesn't have that luxury.
Right? Everybody
Everybody have that
Not-
luxury.
You're sitting at the helm of it.
Everybody don't have the luxury, and then sometimes it is therapeutic.
That's what that's literally what I was about to say. Sometimes they
Many
heal
days
it.
I've preached to
Preach
myself.
yourself out of a pit.
You understand what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
It's your therapy.
Look, many days I preached myself out of a dark space.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this.
Mark, you didn't share with us yours. What is a dry season that you have preached through?
My minister's been great.
They almost told yours. Down, guys, down.
No, I wish that were the case. I think that one of the dry seasons that I've had to kind of navigate in just life, leadership, ministry, I'm gonna go back when YMC was at its height. That 2017, 2018, 2019 window, we were watching some supernatural, by our standards, supernatural expansion, 1,500, 3,000, 5,000, 49 states, 22 countries, $2 million medical debt. Our flyer looked like a who's who in the kingdom. It was a thing. But the dry season that people don't know about for me in that was it was a thing, but it was 3 days. It was 3 days out of the year. Stay with me.
He's so easily
3 days, so easily distracted.
But I do Mark was gonna rebuke you.
Take your medicine. Stay with me. You're doing well. You're doing well. Play with this. We need to get Jacobs a fidget spinner.
I'm not the only one who hear that.
We all hear it, Jacob.
And you distracted.
Listen to this. We all hear it.
He keep looking like this.
He's getting it. I said, oh Lord, no.
We about to lose Jacobs. We about to lose Jacobs.
Testify, Ray.
Get him a fidget
Testify.
thing. Get him a thing. No, but it's a great time. It's 3 days though, right? So when those 3 days were over, to draw a fairy tale parallel, Cinderella at midnight, that camera just gonna turn back into a pumpkin. Right? So, and I'm very grateful. The lines have fallen to me in pleasant places. I wouldn't trade anything for my journey. Come from a great legacy and lineage and a great men of God. But people don't know I'm hosting this big 5,000 people. And Saturday when it ends, we break down that convention center. I'm the sound man the next day. I'm on the camera. Like that's not a tongue in. I'm literally the camera guy. My brother's late. I'm playing the drums. And I remember the frustration of like, what am I doing at a certain point? It's like,
But you carried it so
well.
I remember I spoke at YLC,
you did?
and there are 5,000 people there. Then you invited me to come to the church. It was everything that you just described.
Yeah.
But you worked it like it was YLC.
Yeah.
Well, here's what I know
You
to be true.
handled it with I'm not done yet. You handled it with such integrity, like it was YLC, and it wasn't yours. And I already respected you, but I developed a different kind of respect for you when I saw that. I said, okay, yeah, he's a real one.
I wonder how raw we can be in this conversation. Here we go. Cut it if you want to.
And we will. Let's just be mindful.
Monday Night Raw.
My question.
Ready for that.
Me and Mark had a conversation after I got done preaching one night in Papa Do's.
Yeah, I remember that.
And I said to him, why don't you go do your own thing?
Yeah, the same conversation.
And
Everybody had a conversation.
he's like, talk to me. And he said,
We didn't know each other then. Don't do that. It'll make it sound like we were beefing.
he said, he said, I can't do it. He would not do it.
Wow.
He refused. Then you started Spirit and Truth Bible Studies.
Yeah.
And I said to him,
Now, if we're going to be real, let's be very honest. Y'all just mentioned it a moment ago. That Spirit and Truth Bible study was a life-saving, therapeutic outlet for you.
yeah.
Yeah. Because here's the dry season.
This is while you're in sound.
Yeah. Wow. So here's the dry season for me. My internal frustration is, I know that it works. I know
You were trying not to miscarry.
My God.
I know it's someone here.
While being faithful.
How come when I touch this and this grows, this works, this takes off?
You
This,
pregnant with all kinds
but
of
here I am, and it's not. I'm trying to be faithful. Now here's what I know to be true. Though.
I got questions, and I know this ain't the Mark Moore interview, but I got a question. You said no, let me let you finish. I got a question.
What I'm gonna say is, now you fast forward. I remember sitting, and this is to be very clear. This is not a bashing of what was.
I don't think so.
Oh, I'm so not talking. I want to make sure. This is not at all. I'm grateful for the journey.
You needed the
reality
journey.
is I needed the journey.
Yeah.
But I remember sitting there on that little soundboard, on that little tripod, and YLC people would come. You know, Atlanta's a tourist destination. People are here for whatever. Oh, we go on to Mark Moore Church. And I remember them walking into my home church with the expectation of $200,000 LED wall, 3-tier stage band suspended in the air. They come in, and I remember the disappointment registering, the confusion. Wait, we're at the wrong place. I thought this was the address. This isn't right. Oh wait, no, that's him right there. Is that? And just the process of emotions and having to keep a smile on. Oh yes, so happy to see you. Wishing that they hadn't come.
Yeah.
Internally, because I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
this is that. But I'm confident in the fact that if you fast forward a little bit, you see.
But you didn't know that then.
You know that, which is why it was a dry season. And so the comfort is knowing that seasons change. You know, we have examples on the table. Seasons do change. Your 50 people season changed.
Yeah.
I'd love for you to elaborate.
Sure.
Because I just heard his story that I didn't know. But his senior pastor pushed him out. What happened with yours? Did he hold you? Did he push you out? Did he say go do the Spirit and Truth Bible study? I'm sorry. I'm curious. That's interesting to me. Okay, never mind.
Well, I'll say this, like Jacob's. Okay. I never thought I was going to start a church. Ever.
I am shocked that you all did not plan on starting churches.
And
I didn't want to.
You didn't want to either.
no, not at all.
I get it, but I'm just, it's so easy for the two of you, the three of you.
No,
I'm
it ain't.
just shocked to hear this.
It's easy for you. You.
No. We want to hear your story. Clearly, keep going, because I'm interested.
The reason I say no, I never thought that it would be the case, never wanted to. Went back to that PK side, seeing the warfare and the struggle and the strain that comes. No, I got to do that. Then, just being very practical, if we can be honest, looking at the landscape, I'm a numbers guy. Y'all know this, for us. Looking at the landscape of Pentecost and then looking at my age,
Oh, yeah.
to be very honest, it was no secret to me that I was on a few lists.
Yeah.
Got you.
Because these guys, watch this. The Black Pentecostal megachurch is essentially one generation old
Yeah.
in its modern iteration. Meaning, we've never seen succession in mass on that level. These fathers that we grew up idolizing and watching, they're getting older, turning things over. Well, if you've built a church 10, 15,000 people and you're 70 plus, 68, whatever, who are you looking at? You're looking at a guy in his mid-30s, shown that he can do something, no strings attached, no drama, no whatever.
I'm gonna pull a Brandon Jacobs here and interrupt you because
Go ahead.
let me tell you why. I, in some way, was disappointed with him.
Why?
I mean, we talked about this. I'm telling you
Oh,
why.
okay.
You know,
I'm saying, wait,
Green said not disappointed in because I knew the pull on him.
Because I told you about that call. Like, oh yeah, we
And
did
he
talk
got a
about
call.
that. We did talk about that. I forgot about that.
That he flirted with.
Yeah.
And wouldn't take it.
Really?
Yeah.
But I'll tell you what it did for me.
What side of America, East or West?
Oh, in Atlanta.
Oh.
Well, in Georgia.
Well, Georgia, but then I told you about LA too.
Yeah, yeah. And this is the thing. What it did for me, for him, it took my respect for him out of the ceiling.
Yeah.
To see great opportunity be land at his door, and he returned as the cameraman to honor the legacy of his bloodline.
Oh, it all makes sense now.
Yeah.
You didn't just stumble in the spirit and truth with strategy.
And I
You
think
submitted for the
So let me be very
But
clear,
you-
and that's the part that you got strategy, smart, all of that's good. But what I'm walking in now is back pay.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Oh, it is.
If I would have left, did my own thing, to be very not to be, this is a very, very just honest, vulnerable conversation. I'm smart enough. I'm gifted enough at what I do.
And that's not arrogance. We
No,
just
no,
talk-
just-
let
no,
us-
it's true.
I want for those.
Thank you for clarifying, because I promise
Let us
you-
talk free.
This is therapeutic for us right now, for me at least, right? I'm smart enough where I could have started a church 10 years ago.
Yeah.
I had the whatever, but I'm fully convinced in my spirit, if I would have started Spirit and Truth 10 years ago, in 10 years, it would not be what it's become in 2 years. Because when the time is right.
Timing is everything.
Jesus. So let me pause there and encourage somebody. It's not wasted time. It's sown time.
Yeah.
No, this is, and I remember talking about dry seasons. I remember sitting back looking at some of my peers getting placed and getting called to. I remember where I was when I opened my phone. I was at a red light in my 2012 Honda Accord Coupe, and I was at a red light and opened my phone and saw the announcement that Reggie had gone to Fellowship Chicago.
Yeah.
And I remember saying, what?
Make you feel like you're behind.
I love it. Happy for my brother, but like you just said, in a minute.
Right.
Wait, what? I remember looking at, consecration flyers, guys, being bishops and all this. I'm like, man, let me go make sure I got some batteries on that camera.
Man.
But we need to hear that because that's reality.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's beyond reality.
And you got to return back to your assignment and complete it.
Your assignment, it might not match somebody else's. Your timeline might be different, but God knows how to redeem the time. That's talk about managing the dry season coming up. Just a reminder that God knows how to redeem the time.
And even I don't even know if I want to call it time redemption. It's just the plan of God.
Plan of God.
And his rewarding of the faithfulness, him bringing you through the wilderness. Moses, you've proven yourself behind the mountain.
Yeah.
Now I can trust you to lead 2.5 million through
It
this
really
wilderness.
is preparation.
Which is preparation.
Sometimes God will have you plowing another man's field
To prepare
to
you.
prepare you for your own.
And I think that this was, it wasn't necessarily time redemption as much as it was, let me prepare my heart. I know his gift is there, but I got to prepare his heart.
Yeah.
I got to prepare his hands. I got to get him ready.
But in the moment, it don't feel like
Oh,
preparation.
it never.
In the moment, it feels like
punishment.
Oh.
Feels like punishment. Feels like you
Forsakenness,
overlooked,
abandonment.
forgotten.
So to your question, I never thought that I would start it or do anything like that. But it's reachable. And let's just be mature. seasons change.
Yeah.
The nature of relationships evolves.
Yeah.
And all evolution is not a bad thing.
No.
All evolution is not permanent.
No.
Some things shift for seasons to get certain things done. Because if certain things hadn't shifted, just being honest, there would be no spiritual change.
Yeah.
But it reached a point where shift occurred, shift happened, and I'm out here getting counsel. I had 800 people, 888 people. I remember the day, I remember the hour, that are looking to me calling pastor. And I'm like, hey, I'm not gonna be able to do this. I'm gonna have to do something else. And wise older bishop said, no, you can't lead these people. Well, it's Atlanta, they can go a lot of places. No, they chose to follow you, gotta do something. So I felt almost trapped by God.
888. What a new beginning.
888. That's why I remember it.
Yeah, what a
Talk about a new
what a
beginning.
new
The
beginning.
story is really encouraging, and I'm gonna tell you why. I think God knows that we can die in the dry, but man, you are such a testimony that He will not leave you there.
Wow.
It's not a grave sentencing.
Come on, sir.
He just feels like it. And you said you watched your peers get consecrated, and you went to change batteries.
I want to change batteries.
Yeah.
You know the kind of humility that takes to do that with the right heart?
I feel like you, because, it's not always intentional, but those kind of backhanded kind of compliments.
Yeah.
I was somewhere and this guy was introducing me, and I'm getting ready to get up to speak at this banquet or whatever. And I honestly don't feel he was being malicious at all, but it did kind of like, okay, hold on.
It still affected you.
All right, hold on. He's telling this story. The first time I met this man, I pastors thousands of people and da-da-da. First time I met him, I came to his church, his home church, and he was vacuuming the floor. And all just to watch him vacuum and straighten up the pews. And I'm like, all right. Read the bio.
That's why we sent it.
Don't write your own. That's not in there.
I sent you the
Presidential Lifetime Achievement Award. Day in the city named. Read that part. You
said this
If
was
they
your
talk about
bio
vacuum.
should
Hey, don't talk. So I receive what you're saying, but I honestly could turn around and say that to you. All of you guys, all of us are at this table are evidence that, as you said, you don't have to die in the dry. It's a season. I think that's the best thing we've said so far. It is a dry season.
Yeah.
But if we know anything about seasons,
They change.
They change.
My God.
They change.
And don't listen to your friends, because if
Don't
Mark-
please don't. Please don't. Please
Mark
don't.
will listen to me. And though I was correct,
He was right.
Yeah.
You know what? Job's friends.
Yeah.
Think about this. Nothing they said was wrong.
Yeah.
Everything was true. It just wasn't true for Job in that moment.
That's what I-
So everything you said was true.
and came to pass.
And came to pass.
It was just out of
He see through bricks, y'all. That's his expression. He see
was
through.
just-
One time my wallet was lost. I called Shakers. I said, Shakers, where is my wallet? Where is that
So what I'm
wallet?
saying is, I want to encourage the young preacher.
Yeah.
That a lot of times your friends may see something, and what they may be seeing is correct, but don't take their advice and have them allow you to mishandle your dry season.
Better hear that.
Because your dry season could very well be preparation for the season that God's going to send you with milk and honey, if you will. So don't let your peers make you mismanage your moment that God had you in of preparation.
There are certain parts of the world where farmers have challenges with what they call flood season.
Yeah.
And while flood season sounds exciting, it's rain nonstop, but they can't plant in flood season because the seed is washed away.
Yeah.
They need a period of dryness.
Yeah.
Sometimes we're cursing what we need to really
Because that's
grow.
where the seed is
Because
planted.
that's where the seed is germinating. So
I'm preaching it.
I think you just did.
Yeah.
So we this is good. Y'all need to share this. You'll get a bunch of subscribers. But I think this is a necessary conversation, because you know what else I think we need to add? We got to get off of this. We got to go eat. I think we need to add to the other preacher, young preacher, old preacher, whoever, that there is no level you reach where drought is no longer possibility.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so true.
And let me see if I can say it better. I remember being, just ignorant, genuinely, purely ignorant, thinking, man, I wish, I'm throwing names out. Man, I'm looking at Dr. E. Dewey Smith or Bishop Jakes or Bishop, man, if we could just be like that, they don't have no problems. They don't, man, if we could just get to Bishop Patterson or whoever your heroes are, if we could just get to that level, man, they got it made. No, it takes just as much strength for a big dog to wag his tail as a little dog. Bridget said. They have same problems, just more of them, more expensive, more whatever. There is no level where problems stop. They get more expensive, the stakes get higher, the lawyers' fees get bigger, it's bigger implications and all of this. But there is no level where drought is just, you're immune to it.
Because there are internal dry seasons even that you face. You can have thousands of people
Jesus.
that you're seeing weekly,
Yeah.
and they're all coming hungry, and they don't know you're running on empty because you spend so much of your time trying to manage the business of this and the personalities that make up this. It's church work is taking you away from God,
It's good.
and you're
The
dry.
business of God.
Oh man, it's a lot. It's a heck of a lot. And it takes a lot of balance to be able to do. I applaud any pastor who is not only preaching, but in the weeds with the business of your church, especially of your bivocation.
Oh, God.
Jesus.
Make
I
him tense
applaud you.
like Paul.
Right.
Wow.
My prayer is that whoever's watching this will stop accusing the Brook of betrayal. The Brook didn't betray, God did.
Brandon Clack. Brandon Aloysius Clack.
Maybe I want to encourage myself.
Jesus.
No, that's good. Come on,
Get your ass.
Talk to yourself.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't.
It ain't the Brook's fault.
The Brook didn't betray you. God tried it out.
Now you said, I'm preaching that.
Yes.
I'm preaching that Sunday.
It's just
Wow.
It's just
But if that brook hadn't dried up, he wouldn't have gone to the next location. Where God had someone there prepared to sustain him.
not-
And she didn't have an abundance.
It's not rejection.
She
It's
had
direction.
just enough.
Maybe it's dry on purpose.
It's dry on purpose.
Not rejection, it's direction.
Yeah.
He got to get you to lead. He got to get you up out of
Yeah.
here.
He got comfortable at that brook.
And the brook for a season was a prepared place.
Yes, sir.
It was a cutout place for him. He cut it out for him. But guess what? I've already determined that this is seasonal. And
I tried.
And guess what? And just like Corinth is a cutout place that's going to dry up, so is the widow.
How many
Yeah.
friends do we have that are angry with dry brooks? And the brook didn't have nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
It doesn't control its own
It's God pushing you
God is
to
already.
something else.
He's already.
Friendship dried up, the job dried up, the city dried up.
Because guess what? The dirty bird was assigned to him only for a season.
Come on.
But even that had to end.
Even the bird got to eat again at some
That's
point.
it. Yeah.
God is too diverse for your expectation to be so narrow that he will only visit you this way forever. No, sometimes he lets it dry out because I want to show you another side of me. You know,
That's so.
I want you to have a
You
different
can't
experience
know
with
me as sustainer if your supply don't ever run out.
Exactly.
Come on here.
Grandmama said, if I never had a sickness, how would I know?
There's no way that you can preach about healing if you haven't been sick.
Yeah.
There's no way that you can preach about provision if you haven't needed it yourself.
Just like there's no way you can preach about his grace being sufficient if you didn't ever ask for a thorn to be taken that he made you keep.
The preacher,
That he made
the preacher goes through his own personal challenges as he's working out his
And that's what I was getting
own
ready to
soul
say.
salvation.
Another dry season is your own when you're going through your own challenge.
Yeah.
Your own life circumstances, whether it be marital, children,
Money, whatever.
Yeah, and you got to get up and preach. You got to get up and tell people they're going to be blessed financially, and you're going through financially. You got your own situation, and you got to stand. You don't feel like it. I don't feel like preaching, and I don't feel like preaching this because I know what I'm going through. I got to tell you to have faith, and I'm struggling in my name.
Brother. I don't want to preach about God's getting ready to show you how it's going to happen. And I've lost all my maps for how to get where I'm trying to go.
Yeah. Wow, this was good.
Amen.
Well, I think that we need to close out probably with this one with the word
Because there's a
prayer.
shout coming.
Yeah. I think we need to close out with a word of prayer. Clack,
I think you
would
should. You felt it coming. You felt it coming.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. 2 out of 3. Okay. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. 1. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Lord,
Apostle
thank you
Clack.
that you do all things well, and we are asking that any discouraged pastor or housewife or student in college that is experiencing a dry moment,
Yes.
I thank you, Lord, that you control the seasons.
Yes.
They don't have to work to receive your love. You love them in the dryness. And so thank you that you are revealing that to them as they follow you forward. Lord, I'm also praying that you would touch Pastor Mark's fists and scissor fingers. And the next time that he challenges me, please let it be in my favor. Although I like talking to you, I'd like for him to lose. Amen.
Amen.
What is wrong?
How did he go to rock, paper, scissors to deep prayer so fast? I wasn't ready.
I don't understand.
He just jumped right on into relationship.
Thank God he has a sense of
This is preacher talk. You can't do often imitated, never duplicated. Go subscribe, share, send us to somebody. Meet us with Memphis and Dallas and Hammond and Indy and Philly and Atlanta. We love y'all. We'll see y'all later. Wow.